Look at this. Now, which category do you fall into? How do you make an update in old school RuneScape that satisfies all 5 groups? You can make quests, arguably that will satisfy everyone, but quests can be completed once and then you're done. We've seen that this year with surprisingly 3 new quests in the last 6 months. You can make minigames, Guardians of the Rift, great example, revitalized runecrafting, brought back some old players, the overall community really enjoyed this, me included. But just like with every other minigame in old school RuneScape, it is focused on just one small niche area of the game. You can't fix RuneScape with minigames. Raids 3, coming out this summer, could argue that all 5 groups could benefit from this update that Jagex has now spent over 12 months working on. It's not an easy feature to add by any means, because arguably the most difficult thing to do is make sure everyone could actually enjoy the content. How do you make good art that satisfies the needs of top 2%, bottom 3% and everything in between? The Ironmans, the max accounts, the new players, the casual and the hardcore. All of these groups are paid customers that deserve new content. And I think I found a realistic solution to this, but first we're gonna open some Tempoross loot because I want the bet on my Ironman. Let's go. Okay, I did not expect to get the tackle box. I mean, that is beautiful to see. That is beautiful to see. There's no bet, but you know what? I'll take the tackle box. So how do you make great balanced content that benefits every single player in old school RuneScape? Well, you don't. You see, it's impossible, and here's why. Did you go to work today? Did you hang out with your friends? Maybe you played sports. I'm kidding. RuneScape players don't work out. I promise you, this will all make sense. You see, we are not the people that we used to be 15 years ago. Branching out is what I would call this, basically. Everyone has a life now. Some people can afford to play every day. Some people can only play on the weekends or evenings. I bet some of you don't even play anymore, but you still watch great RuneScape content. The reason old school RuneScape worked so well back in the day is because it was catered to one specific audience. You and me. Every player went through the same experience and it worked. Imagine, it is 2006. You boot up RuneScape on your Windows Vista or XP, go to Trainer Village, got some willow logs. Maybe if you got your weekly allowance money, you could go through that famous Taverly Gate. Maybe fight some Steel Dragons or go PK north of Varrock. Unregistered Hypercam, Linkin Park, RuneScape music videos. Nobody understood anything about RuneScape. That was the stuff. But none of that is here anymore, and that's why RuneScape will slowly fade away in few years and cease to exist. No, I'm joking. RuneScape is like weed, it will never die, and not the good type of weed. So where do we start? I'll give you a few great examples that we can all learn from. Let's start with leagues. It's been almost half a year since last leagues, and hate it or love it, but it's arguably the most popular game mode Jagex has ever made. But there was always a massive problem with it, the identity. What exactly is it? With the introduction of trophies, leagues naturally became very competitive game modes. Everybody wanted the trophy, so players who had the time could fight for the top spots and get that dragon trophy. And then there was casual players who were like, wait, I wanna enjoy this piece of content. So Jagex was like, okay, we'll add more time, we'll add more tasks, make it more easily accessible. And leagues immediately lost its identity. Now the hardcore players had to play a watered down version and the casual players still couldn't compete in, a competitive game mode. So by trying to please everybody on this graphic, we ended up with most players being left unsatisfied. Like my last relationship. So Jagex was like, yeah, this is a competitive game mode. Oh, wait, never mind. We want everyone to have fun. Let's make it more casual. Oh, wait. Casual players got what they wanted. Now let's make sure the last 2 weeks of leagues come down to RNG for the competitive players. What a mess. What an actual mess. So that was like a good example of we can't make up our minds what we want this to be. So what about the opposite of that? Do we have something that works for everyone? Well, I did talk about Guardians of the Rift, but before we get to that, I want to open some Wintertodt crates. And would you look at that, I got 69 kill count. Now, if you don't type nice in the comments right now, what even is the point of this video? Speedrun any percent, no glitches, opening one inventory of Wintertodt crates. Oh snap, okay, I'm gonna have too much loot. Let me bang for a second. Okay, there we go. Some Pyromancer gear, some good Iron Man loot, and still no pet. But you know what? Are you a really RuneScape player if you don't complain about drop rates? Okay. Since I brought up Guardians of the Rift, I might as well go play it. Jump codes. Okay, so Leaks was a bit of a disaster because Jaggers couldn't make up their mind. But I think this minigame perfectly encapsulates how you can make every single player happy, and it should be the cornerstone for future updates. I started playing this minigame when I was level 1 rune crafting on my fresh Iron Man. Yeah, I did the Abyss mini quest, I did the Temple of the Eye quest, those got me 27 rune crafting, which allowed me to start playing this. Now I'm almost 60, and I wanna say 15 hours in, and I would honestly say that my rune crafting level would still be 1 if this minigame didn't exist. I would definitely say this saved the skill, but this is from a perspective of a noob. And what works so well for this minigame, everyone can play this however they want and still enjoy it. You want decent experience, you want money, multiple upgrades, a pet for pet hunters. It's interactive and not just one mundane thing over and over again. You actually have to make choices, which makes it so everyone can enjoy it, whether you are a noob like me or you have a main account. You can go fast, you can go slow, do it however you want. I think this minigame and leagues are like the polar opposite of each other, and I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because on one hand, I'm happy we still get new exciting content like this, but on the other hand, the inconsistency is remarkable here. It is so hit or miss. Which brings me to my next point, playtesting. One of the most important things this game should have. An absolute pinnacle of what the title of this video is about, because all balancing starts from playtesting. But first I need to scratch that itch and open this bad boy up. Okay Jax, I know I trash you a lot, but be good to me. I mean, you know what? I guess we'll keep on trashing Jax. I'm joking, please. I just want the bed for my Iron Man series. Okay, let's keep on going. I feel like playing Soul Wars now. Well, I don't feel like it, but there is a good chance for a bet there, so let's make some magic. Hello! Now, Leaks was delayed for 3 months, and the first few hours we got to play it, it was so obvious the mistakes this game mode had, which was mind-baffling that all of these were missed during the playtesting. Because if Jaggers had played that game mode for more than a day, all of these mistakes could have been fixed before it was released. According to Jax, Leaks was almost finished in August 2021 and it got released in January 2022, which meant there was a 5-month period to playtest and figure out flaws, which they didn't. On the other hand, I started playing Guardians of the Rift, and as you can see, the game mode has been out for a few months, and honestly, besides few quality of life fixes, it is perfect. It is actually perfect. You could see the team played a lot, made improvements throughout the testing, and everything was fine. Let me give you some other examples. The newest God Wars boss Nex. It was supposed to be one of the biggest updates in 2021. YouTuber named Tasty made a great video about the fact that Nex essentially turned out to be just a mechanically mediocre boss. There is very little you can do during the fight that will help you get better results. You will constantly get damage no matter what you do. And the boss doesn't even give you options to perform better, like it's supposed to be in MMO. You do good, you get better results. You miss something, you get punished for it. None of that happened in Nex, to a point that even though it's without a doubt the best moneymaker in RuneScape right now, many players don't feel like doing it because it's not a rewarding experience. And all of this could have been solved in playtesting, which was completely missed. Hey Grievous, what about Bounty Hunter? Well, what about it? Awesome viewer. It was a disaster, okay? I'm sorry, I'm so aggressive, I'm sorry. Yeah, Bounty Hunter, arguably the most controversial game mode in RuneScape history, and they tried to make it happen 3 times now. Well, 4 times if you count the original one back in the days. And you guessed it, all 4 times it failed. But I guess no amount of playtesting could have saved that game mode. Even still, people were really exploiting it, just standing AFKing in wilderness waiting for the targets to kill for money. No interaction, no nothing. Torvesta made a great video about it, how he made 4 accounts, similar combat levels, and just abused the system so hard. He ended up making like 7 million GP an hour on a level 50 new account. And by the way, if you haven't noticed yet, this video is made entirely just so I can get a pet somewhere. So let's open this crates and hope for the best. I will go that karma for Bad Mountain Jackers for the entire video. Let's end the video on a good note. I think everybody in the self-proclaimed graphics deserves the best. And even if sometimes things don't always go according to the plan, like the new PvP arena, which I made a video about a few days ago if you wanna watch that. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I still have faith in new J-mods to have players' best interest in mind whenever a new update comes around. Balancing stuff is hard. Shocking, I know, but with the resources J-mods got, they have done amazing jobs so far. Old school RuneScape will never be balanced, because Jags simply don't have the resources in every aspect of the game to make it good enough, but that doesn't mean we can't have good content. I'll keep hunting for this goddamn pet. You guys stay cool, and I'll see you in a few days. And you know, do the YouTube stuff as well, like, subscribe, you already know the deal. Bye! Mwah.